Hey guys, this is Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is one of my early games. I don't know what a level I am in this thing. I'll probably 20s, and I think I'm about 44 now. Maybe no, 47 I think currently. So working my way up toward the first prestige. So yeah. Now what I do with this whole Unexceptional Gamer thing is I have tried running around like Sandy Ravage. I have tried running around like XCal and those gods of gaming, and I put a lot of hours into it. But for me, that playstyle just doesn't really work. Instead, what works is learning the enemy spawns, controlling the engagement, trying to make sure that I have cover when I shoot and they don't, flanking from the side, and generally just playing smart. So what this channel is about, and I mention this because I have a lot of new subscribers, what this channel is about mostly when it comes to gameplay stuff is teaching you guys how to play smart. You know, for those guys that aren't gods of gaming. If you are one of those guys who manages to sprint all game and still holds a 3 KD, then my hat's off to you. You're a beast. But for me, you know, what I do here is stuff like this. Carefully advancing map control. So I wouldn't just jump on that flag, but I see that he's after it, and then I feel like I'm leaving him alone out there, so I jump on the flag with him, and we cap that. So now we have Charlie and Bravo, which is my preference on this map. Now it's early. My mind could change later, but do you see where I am? If you were to draw an imaginary line across the side there, I think that's what it takes to hold them in that spawn trap. Now, initially, it looks like spawn trapping in Black Ops is a lot more difficult to do than spawn trapping in any of the previous Call of Duties, 4, 5, or 6, or 2 for that matter. Because what it used to be is that the spawns had this real strong affinity, this real strong attraction for keeping them at the one flag that they owned. So if you didn't take that final flag, then the spawn would never flip, and you would just sit there and mow them down. Holding Bravo here. But in this game, it seems like the spawns flip really easily. Even if you just have one idiot on your team who runs into the spawn, they'll start popping up behind you, and that's a bit of a problem. So I bet that we eventually figure out how to spawn trap in this thing, and it starts going really well. But at the moment, we're not really there. I think if you look across that doorway and don't run past it, then the spawn's not going to flip, and you can control them just like you want them to. Yeah. When I call care packages, especially if I run 2 things that drop from the sky, there are a lot of kill streaks in this game that drop from the sky. I like to call them both at once. I feel like it limits the amount of time I'm pulled away from objective play. And the other thing it does is it limits my vulnerability. You know, you can call 2 of them in about the same amount of time that you can call 1 of them. So I do that all the time. The sentry gun placement I think is pretty good. I do know that I lose the sentry gun before too long, and I don't know how they get it because I'm pretty far away. I'm guessing they yeah, look, that looks like good placement to me. So but it didn't get as many kills as I thought. I thought it would just sit there in their spawn, hold that imaginary line, and you know, rape them in such a way that I should be looking at my door for the police. This is a silenced AUG, I think. I'm not even positive. I don't know the guns by just looking at their profile yet in this game. But I don't really like it. The silenced AUG falls into this family of guns that all seem to kick up and to the right. I know the AK-74U is a bunch of the submachine guns seem to kick up and to the right. The AUG kicks up and to the right. The pistol I like to use kicks straight up. But a lot of them have a whole lot of kick. The Galil, which I learned I am pronouncing correctly. So anyone who thinks it's not pronounced Galil, I guess it's an Israeli gun, and a couple of guys who actually speak Hebrew wrote to me and said that the Galil is the right way for an American to pronounce that gun. Anyway, the Galil, that's become my favorite gun. I put up a couple videos saying that so already, and it hasn't changed. I just love that thing because while all the bullets don't go in the same hole, it's not quite ACR-like. It is kind of M4-like, and I love that thing. But you make do with what you can. Come on. I don't even think that's the first guy I was shooting at. I think I aimed at one guy and then found another target somewhere along the way and whatever. I think I just got kind of lucky on that. So we're trying to spawn trap him here. We're trying to figure out how this goes, and I think I ruined the spawn trap right here. So yeah, I think probably shouldn't have pushed that far back, and look at me. Idiot. So it had a pretty good game going, and I walk up there and die. So when I first got Black Ops, I didn't have very many good games. I was kind of struggling in this thing, and it turns out what I was doing is I was kind of rushing too much. And I'd become, I think, a pretty smart Modern Warfare 2 player. Our Game Battles team had some luck, and I felt like I was, not the reason for the success, but a part of the success, right? I belonged on the team. And then I picked up this game, and all of a sudden, everyone I know is miles better than me. And at first, I was like, "Wow, that really stinks." I'm picking up some contracts here, but now I've realized, you know what? It's kind of just in line with what I've been saying all along. I am not a god on the stick. Any success I have comes through tactics and knowledge. And as I start to gather that, now I'm doing better and better in these games. And it's not just because the new guys came in. I was doing better in this game before it was released. And even it tended to be a more hardcore audience that got the game early. And they were all fairly good. And I was still getting a lot of good games even before it was released. I was pulling my KD back up. And things were going like they're supposed to. And it's because I slowed down and started to remember to do things the way that I know how to do them. And, that is slowly advancing map control, moving from one piece of cover to another. I'm trying to wrap around the side here, and I don't even know, how to get there because it's early in the games. But I just sort of at one point had this, line of thinking. It was like, oh, I see what the problem is. I'm not playing smart. And, my whole... did those bullets even hit him? My whole thing is based on playing smart, and if I don't do that, then I'm not going to have any luck in this game. So here's one problem: when you call the airstrike in theater mode, it doesn't show you where you placed it. And theater mode, actually, it's lost a couple of games that I would have really liked to have put up for you guys. Oh God, bad aim. It's lost a couple of games that I would have really liked to have on my channel, so I'm going to stop relying on theater mode. It just seems to stink for me, man. It doesn't do what it's supposed to. So here's what I would have guessed is pretty good sentry placement. It might be too close to that wall, allowing them to kind of sneak up on it, because I leave it here to just hold. There it is, triple already. I leave it here to do the job for me, and I think that's it ends up getting destroyed shortly afterwards. So anyway, I'm happy that when I get this game, I'm starting to get better and better at it. My KDs are 3 and 4 in TDM, and in the objective games, we're winning almost all of them. And a lot of it is because I slowly advance map control. I stay behind cover. That doesn't mean just staying still, although in this game I do spend a lot of time right there. But that's because we're successfully working the spawn trap, which is our goal in domination. I know there are a handful of you guys who sometimes fuss like, "Oh, you're spawn trapping. That's unsporting." Screw that. Yeah, we will spawn trap all night and not apologize. We just laugh and giggle over it. It's how we play. So our whole objective is to learn the areas of the map that we need to stay out of, learn where the spawns are, and then teach them to you, so that you can get these games where you just sort of walk into it knowing that everything is going to go fine. And that's where we're headed on this thing. Oh, payback. Watch this piece of luck coming up right here. Oh, he's going to get me. My teammate was looking down there for me. So that guy would have caught me reloading, and it would have been another death in this game. But it doesn't happen because my teammate knocks him down. We'll see over time where the most important areas of this map are. But at the moment, this is how we like to play this game. We like to hold BC. We like to pin them at A. And I would have thought before playing this game that holding that array building in the middle of the map would be the most critical part of success. Oh, I get beat. But it turns out I think holding that building to the left of B is even more important than the dome building, because you can use it to pin them in their spawn and keep them there all day long. So that's how we played this game. I hope that it works for you. I forget to pull my score up in here at the very end, but what I get, about 3 or 4 deaths and maybe 20 kills, something, maybe 25 kills, I don't know. But it was a pretty good game, and I hope that you enjoyed it.